Hello, everyone. My name is Moe and welcome to another episode of Income Investors. With me today is John Whitefoot. But again, before I go into any details, I want to let you know that anything you hear in this video and this discussion with John is for information and educational purposes only. Investing comes with a lot of risk. To read more, see the description below. Energy has been one of the best performing sectors over the past 1 year. It has beaten every other sector by a very large margin, except few. Especially if you compare energy to technology sector, it's done exceptionally well. And there are some sweet spots in energy sectors that we think is still worth looking at. John recently profiled Pembina Pipeline Corp. They're traded on New York Stock Exchange under symbol PBA. A decent company, and it could be a great way to generate income over time. John, if you want to talk a little bit about how is PBA stock done and what's happening?
Yeah, thanks, Mo. Energy was the only sector to see positive performance in 2022. And most energy stocks experienced a strong growth. In 2022, the S&P 500 fell 19.6%. Coincidentally, Pembina Pipeline Corp stock climbed 19.6% higher. And that momentum is carried into 2023. Over the last 6 months, Pembina stock has climbed about 10%. And Wall Street expects Pembina stock to climb a lot higher over the next 12 months, with analysts providing a share price target of $38.73 to $42.60, which points to potential upside of 16 to 28%.
And why such bullishness around Pembina stock?
It comes by it honestly. In addition to broad-based investor sentiment on the energy sector, Pembina reported record 2022 earnings and record adjusted earnings that exceeded the high end of its revised guidance. It also provided strong guidance for 2023. For dividend hogs, Pembina provides reliable high-yield dividend. And it's important to remember that until the first quarter of 2023, Pembina paid a monthly dividend, and it switched to quarterly in the first quarter of 2023. So if you look at their stock, it might show the dividends below, and it'll show that the dividends look like they soared, like 200% the payout, but it didn't. It's just equal to the 3 previous months.
Yeah, changed over to monthly over quarterly.
Yeah, so it pays 0.2175 per share monthly over the last 3 months of the year, and now it pays 6.525 cents per share, which comes out to $1.93 per share for a yield as of today of around 5.7%.
That's not bad. I want to talk a little bit about what they actually do. The name says pipeline, but what else is there?
Yeah. The name is pretty Google friendly with what it does. It's a Calgary, Alberta-based pipeline stock, but it provides energy transportation and midstream services. It operates actually through 3 segments: pipelines, facilities, and marketing and new ventures. The pipeline segment, as the name says, it provides transportation, terminaling, storage, and rail services in the key areas of Canada and the U.S. The infrastructure has capacity of 3.1 million barrels of oil equivalent, above ground storage of 11 million barrels, and rail terminaling capacity of approximately 145,000 barrels of oil equivalent per day. The facility segment manages the company's natural gas and processing and natural gas liquids fractionation facilities and related infrastructure, which is located in the Western Canadian Sedimentary Basin, which, for those not familiar with it, is one of the world's largest reserves of petroleum and natural gas, and the Williston Basin, which is in northern U.S. of Montana, North Dakota, South Dakota, and the Canadian provinces of Saskatchewan and Manitoba.
Yeah.
And it also owns a 125-acre marine export terminal in Vancouver, which consists of 4 vessel berths with rail infrastructure. So it can easily ship everything out overseas.
Right. And I'm assuming because, again, energy prices have done so well, then that has led to some great profits at oil companies as well. Pembina Pipeline how is their financials? How are their financials looking, and what's ahead?
Yeah, Pembina is absolutely no exception. They reported record 2022 earnings and adjusted EBITDA. And for the record, all these figures are in Canadian dollars because they're a Canadian company, and one Canadian dollar as of today equals about 75 cents US. So just keep that in mind.
Yep.
But the statistics are all equal. So fourth quarter earnings were up 204%. Wow. At 243 million. Cash flow from operations increased 36% year over year to 947 million, and full year earnings climbed around 140% to a record 2.9 billion. Adjusted EBITDA advanced 9% to a record 3.7 billion, and cash flow from operation climbed 11% to 2.9 billion. And the good times are expected to continue in 2023 with adjusted EBITDA guidance range of 3.5 billion to 3.8 billion. Which at the midpoint reflects growth of approximately 5%.
Wow, those are solid returns. And I know oil companies, when they're doing well, they like to keep their shareholders happy. What's happening around dividends here?
The company's strong financial results have allowed Pembina to generate significant cash flow, which it used to strengthen its balance sheet and return capital to shareholders. In 2022, Pembina raised the common share dividend by 3.6%, reached a target repurchase plan of $350 million of common shares, and it also redeemed 300 million of preferred shares. As noted earlier, the company pays a quarterly dividend of 0.6252 per share, or 193 per share on an annual basis, for a yield of 5.7%, which is far higher than the current inflation rate of 4.9%. It's also raised its annual dividend for the last 6 years, and by all accounts, thanks to projected strong oil prices, 2023 should be the 7th consecutive year. It expects its cash flow from operating activities this year to exceed dividend payments and its capital expenditure program, and it'll use those additional funds to pay down debt, further strengthen its balance sheet, and prepare Pembina to fund future capital projects.
So let me recap everything that we've talked about here. With Pembina, you get some solid growth, exposure to oil prices. The company is actually improving itself by, taking the money to, fix its balance sheet, and you get some great dividends with it. John, thank you so much for providing some great insights on Pembina Pipeline. Once again, it's traded on New York Stock Exchange under symbol PBA. For those who are watching us, thank you for tuning in once again. We'll be back soon. If you want to read more about income plays that Income Investors profiles, you could head to www.incomeinvestors.com. And don't forget to like our video and subscribe to our channel. Thank you so much.